the soil above her pressed down like 1,000 fists. The alien woman's lungs, half collapsed, damaged long before the burial, fought uselessly against the weight. She couldn't scream, couldn't move her legs, could only feel the slow suffocation as the last traces of cold air seeped through the dirt. Her family had done this. They called it mercy. On the planet Verelion, weakness was not tolerated. A body that couldn't regenerate limbs or fly or hunt was seen as cursed, an infection of the bloodline. Her name was Sailry, born with twisted legs that no exoskeleton or medicine could fix. For years, her family had hidden her away from guests, ashamed of her frail frame and delicate bioluminescent skin. When she turned 19, they whispered the word burial as if it were an act of compassion. She remembered her mother's cold voice. "May the earth return you to its peace, daughter. Forgive us for doing what love demands." Then darkness, then dirt, then silence. 2 days later, on the outskirts of the forested ravine, a human scavenger named Eli Rains was combing through alien wreckage left from the last skirmish between their worlds. He was a relic hunter, selling broken technology and rare metals to survive. His exosuit's sensors beeped faintly, a heat source underground. Probably a malfunctioning reactor, he thought. But when he dug deeper with his spade, his glove brushed something soft. He froze, fingers. He scraped faster, until a pale blue face covered in dirt and bruises emerged from the earth. Her eyes, silver and faintly glowing, flickered open for a heartbeat, locking on him in silent terror. "Oh my God," Eli whispered. "You're alive." He tore off his gloves and began pulling her out. Her breathing was shallow, her legs twisted unnaturally. He wrapped her in his jacket and sprinted toward his shuttle. He didn't care that she was alien. Didn't care that saving her could get him executed on either side of the border. Weeks passed. Sailry awoke in a dim metal shelter, her body covered in healing wraps. Machines hummed softly beside her. A human sat nearby, sleeping in a chair. Her first instinct was to kill him. Her second was to weep. When Eli stirred and noticed her awake, he smiled awkwardly. "You're safe. You were buried alive." "But I got you out. Why?" she rasped. Her voice was sharp and melodic, like glass scraping stone. "You should have left me," Eli shrugged. "I don't do well with leaving people to die." He helped her drink water. Her hands trembled, unused to kindness. He told her about Earth, about the ruins of New Tokyo where he scavenged, about his own scars from a war neither of them had started. In return, she said little, but each day she watched him more closely, the way he fixed broken tools, the way he muttered to himself when worried, and each night, when she lay awake staring at the ceiling, she remembered the faces of those who buried her, their laughter, the smell of the soil. Hatred was the only thing that kept her heart beating. As she grew stronger, she revealed what her people had done. Eli listened in stunned silence. They called it returning the flawed to the soil. Sailry whispered, "It is how we hide our shame. My mother cried when she ordered it, but she still ordered it." "That's not love," Eli said. "That's cowardice." Sailry tilted her head. Would humans do differently? Eli thought of the burned villages on Earth, of refugees turned away because of species or sickness. He had no answer, so he taught her instead. How to move in her hover chair, how to control the small drone arms he built for her from salvaged tech, how to eat human food without her gills tightening. Slowly a bond grew between them. He found her beautiful in her strangeness, the shimmering veins under her skin, the calm intelligence in her gaze. She found him, unbearably kind, in a way her people never were. But kindness could not erase her past. When she could finally move on her own, Sailry asked Eli to help her locate her home. "Why?" he asked, already knowing, to show them what they buried. He didn't argue. He only said, "Then I'll go with you." Their journey to Verelion's twilight plains took 2 nights through forbidden airspace. Eli piloted the small shuttle under radar cloaks. Sailry sat silently beside him, her face unreadable. When the ship landed near her family estate, a cluster of crystalline towers glowing in blue mist, Eli saw how her hands shook. "Are you sure you want this?" he asked softly. She smiled faintly. "I was buried alive, human. I think I've earned the right to be sure." That night she returned to her home. Her mother, the matriarch Lorraine, gasped when she saw her, thinking her ghost had come to haunt them. The brothers who once held the shovel trembled. "Salary?" her mother whispered.
How are you?
"Alive?" Salary interrupted. "Because someone who still knew mercy dug me up." Eli stayed in the shadows, watching as Salary hovered forward, her drone arms flexing like spectral wings. "I was told this was love," she said. "To bury what shames you. But I learned something, Mother. Shame is not weakness. It's what you feel when you've done evil, and you did evil." Her mother reached out as if to touch her, but Salary's drones intercepted, gripping her wrist. A soft hiss filled the air as nanites, programmed with alien biotech, spread across Lurian's hand. The matriarch screamed. The nanites didn't kill her. They changed her, just as Salary had been changed. The beautiful matron's legs twisted inward. Her wings decayed into useless fronds. The same curse she had despised was now her own reflection. Salary's voice was quiet. "Now you will live as I lived, hidden, pitied, unloved." Her brothers tried to attack, but Eli stepped forward, holding his plasma tool. "You'll want to stand down," he said. "Trust me." They froze. Salary turned away. "Leave them," she told Eli. "Let them live in what they created." Back aboard the shuttle, Salary looked out over the plains as dawn broke, a shimmering horizon of light and fog. Eli broke the silence first. "That was not what I expected." She looked at him, eyes glowing faintly. "Revenge doesn't always need fire, human. Sometimes it's more beautiful when it leaves them alive." He smiled, though his heart ached for her. "What now?" "I don't know," she said softly. "But for the first time, I'm not buried anymore." He reached out, hesitating before taking her hand. Her skin was cool, almost luminous. She didn't pull away. For a long time, they sat together as the new sun rose. Two survivors from different worlds, bound not by blood or duty, but by the strange grace of shared brokenness. Months later, news spread across Betrayal. The once proud house of Lorraine had fallen into disgrace. The matriarch was bedridden, her sons gone mad with guilt. Rumors whispered that a pale ghost visited them each night, whispering lullabies from beneath the soil. But Salary was far away. Eli had taken her to a hidden valley on a neutral moon, where he built her a garden dome, plants glowing in soft violet light, water trickling from stones. There, she painted with light, weaving holographic patterns that pulsed like living stars. "Is this peace?" Eli asked one evening, watching her work. Salary smiled faintly. "No," she said. "Peace is a luxury of those who've never been buried. What I have is freedom, and that's enough." He thought about that for a while, then said quietly, "I'd like to share it with you." She turned her head toward him, silver eyes reflecting the dome's light. "You already do." In the stillness of that moonlit garden, surrounded by the beauty of rebirth, Salary found what her people had never given her, a reason to live beyond pain, beyond vengeance. But deep within her, she carried a memory of the earth's cold embrace and the warm human hands that had pulled her free. And every time she touched the soil, she whispered to it softly, "You took me once. You'll never take me again."